The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome to today's webinar. My name is Erin Holscher. I'm a Business Development Coordinator here at ASTA. I'll be the organizer for today's presentation hosted by our partner Virgin Voyages, titled Raise Your Sales with Virgin Voyages. One lucky advisor attending live today will win a Virgin Voyages swag bag of goodies. You must be on the presentation from beginning to end to win. We'll announce the winner live after the Q&A session. Before we get started, I'd like to point out a few important features on your screen that will allow you to interact with us via the web. We'll be answering your questions at the end of the presentation. However, please feel free to submit those questions throughout. To ask a question, you will use your go-to webinar pane. Near the bottom is an area that says questions. If you click on the arrow, it will open up a window pane. That's what you'll use to communicate with us. If you're having trouble hearing the presentation, please make sure your speakers are turned on. And if you called in, try hanging up and dialing back in again. You can send me any technical issues via the questions pane, and I will try my best to answer them. Please also note that all audience members are muted. We certainly want to hear from you, but we have so many people on the call that the background noise would be prohibitive, and we want to ensure that everyone can listen to the entire presentation. Finally, please remember that this webinar is being recorded and available for on-demand viewing at asta.org in just a few short days. Please join me in welcoming Christy Garagosian with Virgin Voyages. Christy, take it away.
Thanks, Erin. Hi, everyone. Ahoy. I am Christy Garagosian, the Senior Manager of National Accounts for Virgin Voyages. Those of you that have been following Virgin for quite some time, you know how hard it is to get your hands on swag. So I am really excited that one of you is going to walk away with our newest swag. So we are excited to get that sent over your way. So stay tuned for a chance to win that. Also, shout out to my Armenian family. Yes, hi, Richard. That's also my dad's name. So nice to see you all here. But without further ado, I will go ahead and kind of dive into what's going on with Virgin Voyages. And also, a big part of today is I want to talk about how we can really maximize your sales and earn lots of money with Virgin Voyages, which is why we're all here. So I'll turn my camera off just for the presentation portion, but I will come back on, of course, for the questions segment. So as I go through, please, please, please send me those questions in the chat, and we will get to those at the end. So we actually started sailing. It's been over a year since we've been sailing. So last October was the magical month for us, and we are thrilled to report that we have the highest number of 5-star reviews for a cruise line on TripAdvisor. So our sailors and first mates, our travel partners, are loving the experience of setting sail the Virgin Way. This is also great for our advisors because what we're seeing from a booking standpoint is that the majority of sailors, so around 55% that come on board a Virgin Voyage, actually take advantage of our onboard booking offer and rebook a future sailing. And part of us being brilliant to do business with, if you book that sailor in the first place, you automatically get credit for that rebooking on board. So really, we like to say when you book a Virgin Voyage, you're really booking about 1.4 to 1.5 voyages because the odds of them rebooking on board are very high. So that's great for your business. And with that being said, we know the power in getting sailors on board the ship. So really, the goal is to find those sailors, get them on board because we know that they are falling in love with the brand and the experience, and then also rebooking much longer sailings, more intricate ports and things of that nature. So that is really great to see. So for us, as far as inclusions, if you are new to Virgin Voyages, where we really stand out is that we are a more inclusive option for your sailors. So we wanted to get rid of that nickel and diming that is a huge pain point in the cruise industry. I think what's unique, and if you've been selling Virgin Voyages since the beginning, you've seen that we've kind of gone through changes with our marketing and our imagery, and we're actually doing that along with our inclusions as well. So you may remember that when we talked about our On Us proposition or those inclusions, they were those little stamps. We're now transitioning to more of these images, which you see on the screen. We also, instead of focusing on the dollar value, because we'd always talk about how all these things we include in the voyage fare are around $600 worth of value per person. What we've noticed post-COVID is that value is very subjective. So what might be of value to one may not be of someone else. So it's hard to put a dollar figure there, and it's not resonating with our sailors. So you'll see us start to transform, again, more into this imagery, but also leaning more into how our inclusions don't have fine print or asterisks. So you'll kind of start to see the $600 value fade away, and us really lean into how when we say all the food's included, all the food truly is included. So we've got over 20 eateries on the ship, including 6 restaurants that on most ships you'd consider specialty dining. All of our sailors get to eat at any dining venue at no charge. All of our entertainment, our gratuities, which again, truly included, whether that's at the spa or purchasing drinks, group fitness classes, and Wi-Fi, and then of course your basic essential drinks. So your sodas, drip coffees, teas, and water. Also part of our marketing changing in our messaging, we're launching a new campaign called Now We're Voyaging. So we had set sail the Virgin Way, which you'll still hear amongst the trade, but really leaning into our consumer-facing marketing, Now We're Voyaging. And it's telling this beautiful story about all the different aspects of Virgin Voyages. So you'll start to see we've got a new commercial that's live. I would play it for you today, but it never works very well when we're streaming the webinar. So I'll tell you where to find it. But if you actually go to firstmates.com, in the marketing tools, we have a TV spots folder where you can actually download the video yourself and share it with your clients. But it's really, you'll notice it's a whole different tone, the imagery as well, and we're changing the typeface. So that font you see on the screen is that Now We're Voyaging font. So you'll start to see all of our PDFs and marketing images start to transition over to this new Now We're Voyaging campaign. So we're excited to roll out more details about that, but I wanted to give you a little teaser about what's coming as you're here with me today. So who's booking a Virgin Voyage? If we're going to raise our sales, we need to know who to target and who to bring on board. So for us, our sailors, 80% of them have cruised before. That's probably not a surprise to most of you, as cruising kind of went through it a little bit with COVID. So the ones that are avid and ready to cruise today are the ones that love cruising. They understand it is a very safe experience and they're ready to get back out there. So right now, yes, the majority have cruised before. But an interesting fact about our sailors is that currently our satisfaction scores are around 93 to 94%. But when you look at new to cruise, so when you look at sailors that have never cruised before, their satisfaction scores are closer to 96 and 97% satisfaction. So what we're finding is that new to cruise market is going to be huge for us, because the ones that have never cruised before, they don't have preconceived notions as to what cruising is or what the experience should be. They are coming on board and they are just blown away with the experience itself. And I think a lot of that is the fact that there's not that nickel and diming aspect on board. It provides a much enjoyable onboard experience. So we see that new to cruise market going to be a really strong market that continues to grow. So again, if someone, really focuses on those adult only all-inclusive resorts, Virgin Voyages might be a great product to position to them if they're wanting to have a similar experience, but see multiple ports of call. For us, our sailors are excited to try something new. They're stoked that it's an adult-only experience, and they're also loving the rockstar service that we provide. As far as our age range, the majority of our sailors fall between 37 and 62. Now, again, you can be younger than that as long as you're 18 or older, and you'll still have an amazing experience. Just from the majority of bookings, that's really where we're seeing our sailors fall. So it's definitely a wide variety of people. And from a group's perspective, we do a lot of 40th and 50th birthday celebrations. So that is something to kind of think about, those milestone birthdays. We're seeing lots of couples. But what's interesting about the couples that are sailing with us is they're bringing friends. They're bringing other couples to come with them. So their cocktail club night that they typically do, or, the friends that they always try the new restaurants with, they're bringing them on a Virgin Voyage so they can all experience this together as a group. Also, when we break down some more of the demographics, so you'll kind of see here, and again, feel free if you want to snag a screenshot of any of this, you're welcome to. But you'll see a breakdown kind of the age ranges. But what I love to point out is that 61% of our sailors have kids at home that they are leaving behind for a few days to come hop on Virgin Voyages. So there is a huge need for this product in the market. You know, you're still going to have your family travel, your multi-gen trips, but this is more so when the parents need a break and they're coming alone, maybe for those milestone birthdays or anniversaries. And then in addition to that, if you're thinking about, okay, who do I talk to about bringing on this ship? If you've got clients that like to travel without kids, they love great food, they want to feel like a rock star and really get that ultimate service level. They don't necessarily like the formalities of luxury. So, or maybe they're going to a resort and they hate that they have forced formal wear or dress codes in the restaurants. If you've got clients that want new, unique experiences, and then they're young at heart, they're open-minded, they're willing to try new things, get them on Virgin Voyages. If they like these things, they will come on board our ship and have an amazing time and probably be part of the majority that rebook on board the ship. So they are absolutely perfect to get on board. Now, some of our current offers. So what do we have going? Well, we've got, as an evergreen offer, for us, I always like to point this out because I think sometimes we forget that this is here because it's always available. But if you've got clients booking further out, so if they're booking 180 days out, they can get 10% off the voyage fare as part of our Book Early, Save More promo. If they're within 179 to 121 days, they'll get 5% off, but still really rewarding you for booking further out. And then stackable with this promotion is our pay in full discount. So this applies to that 180 days out or more. So if they do that, they'll get 10% off for booking early, but if they also pay in full, they can stack that and essentially get 20% off the voyage fare by paying in full at time of booking. So also this is great for you, but great for them as well because they are getting the best price. And then back by popular demand, we did bring back our Dreamy Getaway offer. So this went away after October, and it was so popular that we actually brought it back. So currently, this goes until November 15th. So if you book by November 15th, any sailing through April of 2024, we're actually giving you 50% off the second sailor. So you're getting that second sailor sailing half off. Also, in addition to that, if you pre-purchase our bar tab, so you pay $300 for bar tab, we're kicking in a free $100 bonus. So you'll have a total of $400 to spend on charged beverages. And again, you can purchase multiple bar tabs. So if you do purchase 2 for your cabin, you're essentially paying $600, but getting $800 to spend on board. So great offer. And then for our solos out there, we do really well in the solo traveler market. We do have true solo cabins, but those are typically your insider cabins or just sea view cabins, and they're, again, designed for one person. But if you have a solo that is looking to sail by April of 2023, so a sailing between now and this upcoming April, we are actually going to charge them no single supplement, and they can have a balcony cabin. So the sea terrace cabin, no charge, no supplement as a solo traveler. So essentially they're getting the sea terrace cabin for half off. So a lot more space, they get the balcony. And then of course they can also take advantage of our bar tab offer. So what I will say, this is ending November 15th. As a solo traveler, there is no better time to book. This will go away. So get those solos. If they were on the fence about Virgin, now they can sail in their best way on a balcony cabin. And again, not be penalized for being a single traveler. So fantastic offers. So make sure you're taking advantage of those. All these assets are on firstmates.com. Obviously, if you want to download them, customize them, send them out, please feel free to do so. And then, of course, making more money with us. We pay 16% on the voyage fare and no NCFs. So non-commissionable fares never existed for us and never will exist for us. So you'll fully earn 16% on that voyage fare. And then another hero to point out is 10% on all pre-voyage sales, regardless of how they're booked. So that means if your sailor books a shore thing through the app, calls us directly to book it, it does not matter. We will still pay you 10% commission for anything added to the booking prior to sailing. So we want to make sure you're earning. And again, they would not be booking those add-ons if you hadn't brought them to us in the first place. So we want to make sure you're making more money on each individual booking. So again, really rewarding our first mates for partnering with us. Making money with Virgin Voyages, the fastest way to do that is through groups. So we do have what we call circles available for our first mates to book. So like I mentioned earlier, a lot of our sailors are just automatically booking and bringing other friends with them. So they're seeing us as a social ship. So circles do really well for our brand. What's great about creating a circle, that's 10 cabins. Each cabin will actually earn onboard credit, so sailor loot, based on their cabin category. And then in addition to that, you as the first mate can either take a 2% bonus commission, so that 16% commission is now 18% on the voyage fare, or you can choose to take the TC option and earn a complimentary cabin, which is 1 free cabin for every 10 fully paid cabins. So great if you want to escort the group, or if you've got kind of that Pied Piper that's doing a lot of the promoting for you, the TC option could be a great reward for them. So yes, we love circles. Also, be sure to reach out to your sales manager. Sometimes we have some great circle promotions going on based on when you're looking to sail. So reach out to them to definitely start that conversation and see how they can help you get one of these circles put together. For technology, so really for us, we've been listening to our first mates, taking some feedback. And one of the things that we found out was our first mates told us that they found it difficult to make bookings with Virgin Voyages. So we heard that loud and clear, because obviously making bookings is the #1 thing we need you to do. So we actually created a new technology called Let's Go Book. Essentially what it is it allows our first mates to have their own personalized URL. So everyone that's registered with us has their own customized link. And essentially what they can do with this link is embed it into newsletters, emails. They can put it on social media posts. And anyone that clicks the link, it will take them to the virginvoyages.com website. But as you'll see at the top of the page, when they click your link, it will have your name. So it will say, sold and serviced by Christy Giragosian, if I'm the first mate. It will also have my email and my phone number listed right there. So if I have questions, I can reach out to them. They can now peruse the website, look at all the sailings, and if they book, you automatically get credit for the booking, and you'll get instant confirmation. It shows up in your firstmates.com account, and we don't take a portion of your commission. You still earn that full commission with no NCFs. So this is now just making booking a lot more accessible. So you can use the link yourself to book your sailors, or again, you can post it on your websites and in your emails and know that if sailors go to it, they are going to be booking through you. I think the other huge call out here is that through the cookies, we actually, if they go to your link, start looking around, leave, come back, your history will stay with them for up to a year as long as they don't clear their cookies. So if they do start looking, kind of leave the page, and then 3 weeks later see a commercial and say, oh yeah, I did want to book that, they go to virginvoyages.com, and actually that cookie, your customized link is actually still living in that history. So you'll still get credit for the booking. Now, if they've clicked on other links since then, it will be whatever link they last clicked. But it's a really great way for you to maximize your efforts and potentially get new clients. So to show you kind of how it works, once you're registered as a first mate, you'll actually go into your profile in firstmates.com. Once you click the My Profile button, you'll see it's very small on this screen, but under your personal details, there's actually a section that says First Mate Link and a little click box that says Copy Link. You can then take that link and, you could Google, bit.ly to make it into a small link or a small URL. There are like free search engines that will do that for you. So that will allow you to put it on social media posts. So you'll take your link, like I mentioned, it will take them to the client to virginvoyages.com, but your name will be at the top of the page. They then pick their sailing. They will get confirmation, and you'll see here that step 4, it shows up as the sailor, but then the first mate details are listed right there. So it will say Christy Giragosian, ABC travel, blah, 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 have all my details. So it does reference you also in the confirmation. So they know exactly who to go to. And then myself as the first mate will see that booking appear in firstmates.com. We've seen our first mates have a lot of success with using it on social media. One thing we're loving is that some of our first mates are booking first mate rates to come experience Virgin Voyages firsthand. And while they're on the ship, they're doing Instagram lives, they're making posts, but they're adding their link to the post. So, you know, if you've ever sailed with us, you know Scarlet Night is really attention grabbing. So we actually had a first mate that came on, she posted her Scarlet Night videos with her links, went to bed after a great night on board, and woke up to 3 new bookings. So she literally made commission as she slept, all because of her content, and she was making it easy so her clients could then see it, go explore voyages, and book right then and there. So what's nice, and just showing you how it comes through, I click the link from that really catchy Instagram post. It takes me to virginvoyages.com. And then also you'll see there's my name. It's got my email as the first mate. So as a client, maybe I'm on the website and I have some questions. I can then just click that email button and it immediately drafts an email to the first mate that allows me to send them my questions. So you're now also getting hot leads. You know, if someone shared your post and now you have a new client that you've never worked with before, they can call you, they can email you, and you'll know that they're visiting your link, obviously, if they send you the email from there. So great way to really expand your business. And like I said, it just makes it more accessible as we live in a world where a lot of sailors do like to self-serve. They like to go on and peruse themselves. So now if you've got someone that's like, hey, I don't know what sailing I want to do, send them your link, let them explore, look around, and know that you're still going to get credit for that booking. So again, just really making it simple for our first mates to book with us and earn money. We are paying a $50 bonus commission to the first 2,000 bookings made through Let's Go Book. So I will say we are close to capping, but we are not there yet. So get those bookings in. Also, every booking you make through the link will earn you an entry to try and win an exclusive trip to Sir Richard Branson's Necker Island. So that's a really great contest we have going on. And like I said, it takes about 4 to 5 clicks to make a booking. So a lot of our first mates are even just using that now as their go-to booking tool. So whatever works for you in your business, please feel free, but definitely check out your link if you have not done that already. So if you're new to Virgin Voyages and you're sitting here listening saying, wow, I've got to get working with Virgin Voyages, we'd love for you to sign up to do business with us. So all you'll have to do is visit firstmates.com. That's a travel advisor site, and click Become a First Mate to register your agency or register under an agency that may already be registered. This is how you'll get access to our training, our sales crew, and all of our documents. For those of you that are already first mates, I just wanted to point out that we're constantly adding changes to firstmates.com. So under the Tools and Guides tab, in case you haven't seen it already, we now added a Webinars tab. Our learning and development team has live webinars, and it's a rolling schedule. They have webinars on how to build circles, so how to get group business, webinars on how to make a booking, brand overviews, lots of different themes and content for these webinars. So you can see their schedule. I believe they've got rolling webinars through the rest of the year, so you can get those on your calendar and register for them. We've got our booking boot camp, walks you through exactly how to make a booking with us, or you could just use Let's Go Book, because that is the simplest thing to do. And then again, we've got our pricing tool. So a lot of enhancements that have been coming. So be sure to keep an eye on the site, as we're always adding things to help make your life easy. Once you're registered with us, we've got Seacademy. This is our true online learning platform. So what I love sharing about Seacademy, and trust us, we are in this data all the time, but our first mates that have taken the time to complete all of the training, which we've got 4 tiers, so a total of 20 modules, those first mates that are gold actually have 15 times the amount of bookings as a first mate that has never done the training. So that is a significant number. That's 15 times the commission, the bookings, let's go book entries, all the great things. So we are seeing that it is actually beneficial from a selling standpoint to complete our training. It also helps you really understand the brand and the right types of sailors to attract. So if you haven't had a chance to do Seacademy yet, be sure to check that out. Also, each tier is packed full of perks. So you can earn bonus commission, first mate rate, so you can go grab your own exclusive content from the ship. And then also this is how you'll get access to FAMs and some of those priority events that we do. So definitely a lot of benefits here. We also do a lot of booking contests. So if you haven't had a chance to experience the ship, a lot of times we'll run contests where we'll say, okay, if you can finish the gold training and make a booking, we'll give you a free sailing so you can come on board. So definitely worth getting a head start on that training whenever you can and just kind of chip away at it. And on average, it takes about an hour to 90 minutes per tier to complete. So maybe if you got a long road trip for the holidays coming up, you can work on your Seacademy modules. Also for us, so get ready to take some screenshots. We have been expanding our sales crew. So we've got the most incredible field sales team available to our first mates. So currently, this is for our South Territory. So this is Team Florida and Ruel, who handles Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi. So if you live in Florida or Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi, go ahead and grab a screenshot of this slide so you can find your sales manager. You can also find your sales manager through firstmates.com, but we have been updating some of the territories so you can see them. What's great about our field team is we've actually hired more support, but made their territories smaller. That way they are more accessible to our first mates in their territories. So we wanted to make sure they didn't look after too many states, so that way we could give all the attention and support that our first mates need. For our East Territory, we've got Rosalind, Danielle, Mike, and Tracy. Mike and Tracy are new to our team, so we're so excited to have them, but now we've got support again, broken up into these states. So feel free to grab a screenshot if you live in one of these states on the East. And then for our West Territory, we've got Lindsay Wagner, Cindy, and Rebecca are new to our team, and Sean as well. Sean, actually, we now have support in Canada, so we're super excited about this. We actually haven't had anyone local in the Canadian market, so we're excited to have Sean join our team. And Lindsay Girardi, you absolutely know her and love her. She went from one of our learning development roles and is now on our sales crew, covering lots and lots of states in the US, but she is a rock star. So if you happen to fall into one of her states, you are in great hands. So again, growing the team constantly, just making sure you have that support. Part of going through Seacademy is once you are a gold tier first mate, you can actually reach out to your sales manager to chat with them about setting up a sailor night. So because the demand is so high, we do ask that our first mates have gone through the training, but they're happy to partner with you and do a presentation to some of your clients. Let's invite them in, let's get them excited about the brand and talk about it. And then your sales manager actually will be able to provide some lucrative incentives for anyone that joins and books within 7 nights of that. So if you've been trying to figure out how to maybe start and get those bookings, or you want to promote a circle, reach out to your sales manager if you've gone through the training, and let's get something on the books so you can really introduce the brand to your clients and use their expertise to get some of these bookings rolling in for you. And then, of course, kind of as I wrap things up, I just want to say a huge thank you to ASTA and to all of you for being part of ASTA. And again, thank you for your support of Virgin Voyages. But I'd love to kind of send it back over to Erin and dive into some of these questions that we've had coming in.
Absolutely. Well, Christy, what an amazing presentation. I just want to share the general consensus in the questions is just excitement. So they're so excited about your passion that you're sharing with them and these amazing resources and marketing materials. So thank you so much for that. So to dive into some of the questions here for us is the first element that we've got is, does a circle need to be created prior to bookings, or can it be created after multiple people start booking, or what's the process for that?
That's a great question, and that's a detail I left out, so I appreciate whoever sent that. But yes, we're so flexible in the sense that you can either start by setting up the circle and holding bookings. You can hold cabins for up to 30 days before they need to be named and deposited, or you can book them individually, and as soon as you reach 10 cabins, give us a call and we'll convert it into a circle for you. So either way.
Excellent. Thank you. And let's see here. So our advisor states they may have missed this, but can we book groups in the Let's Go To book, or what's the best process for booking those groups?
Another great question. So we are actually, this Let's Go Book is the first release of this technology, but we are continuing to work and enhance it. So eventually coming soon, you'll be able to actually pick a specific sailing. So you can have that customized link that takes sailors directly to your circle and allows them to book within your circle, but that's not available just yet. So Let's Go Book would simply create an individual booking. But if you had a circle, we could then just pull that booking into your circle. So you still don't miss out either way by doing it, but eventually we'll make it really easy for you to book straight into the circle.
Excellent. Thank you. Now let's see here. And we've got some great interest from sharing all of our points of contact across the regions as well. An advisor was specifically asking, what if their host is in Florida, but that advisor lives in Georgia? What's the best way to connect with an advisor for those sailor nights and such?
Common question. You will go off of the sales manager based on where you physically live, not where your host is. So a lot of that is, you know, if Ruel is in Georgia doing an event in the area, we don't want you to miss out on that just because your host is in Florida. So we do everything based off of your mailing address. So where you live, regardless of where your host agency is. So reach out to your local support.
Excellent. Thank you. Well, looks like that wraps up our questions as a whole. What I would like to state as well to all of our advisors on the call is if we didn't get to your question today, I'll be sharing those with Christy as well that may require a bit of a one-on-one follow-up to be able to connect as well. So
and Erin,
you, Christy. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Sorry, Erin. I was just going to say, is in regards to the First Mate link, if for some reason you don't see your link in your profile, simply email our brilliant support team, and that email address is firstmates@virginvoyages.com, and they can look into that and get that turned on for you. So simple fix, but firstmates@virginvoyages.com, and they can get that link set up for you.
Perfect. Thank you very much for clarifying that.
Yeah.
Well, let's see here. So now is the time for our anticipated drawing for our winner. And as a refresher, that one lucky advisor is going to win some amazing Virgin Voyages swag of goodies. So Christy was sharing with me a little bit about those elements as well. So I think you're going to be really excited to receive these. So drum roll, please. Our winner is James Pence. So congratulations, James. We're going to share your contact information with Christy, and she'll be following up with you to get that prize over to you. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this webinar is recorded. So if you'd like to go in and listen to the presentation again, it will be available to all ASTA members at asta.org in just a few short days. Thank you again to our partners at Virgin Voyages for all that you do for ASTA and all you do for our travel advisor community, and to all of you who have joined us on today's webinar. This will conclude today's presentation. Hope everyone has a wonderful afternoon. Anything to add, Christy?
Again, thank you so much. And like I said, reach out to us. We can't wait to make ship happen with you. So cheers to all of you. Have a great day.
Thanks all. Bye-bye.